podcast stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in. Hip-hop vibes, we break it down. Laughs and insights all around.
What it do? Welcome to another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I am your host, Prince Elias. This is episode 103. I can see myself on the screen this time because if you know, you know, last week I did an entire intro and none of y'all could see me. It was just a blank spot. But I can see myself. Can y'all hear me? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. We got to make sure we don't repeat last week. But thank y'all for another great week. Let's see. Okay, Vinny said I'm good. Yeah, all right. I will talk to y'all in the chat in just a second. Um, I am decked out in zoo gear. I got Wild Jungle from the Real Tarzan's merch shop, and then I got the Memphis Zoo, and then under my shirt I have Zoo Crew. I don't know if y'all can see that. Nope, not with the green screen. My bad. But basically, today is my niece's 11th birthday party. So we're going to the Memphis Zoo to celebrate, and she told me I have no choice but to be her photographer, and she's not going to pay me. That's considered her birthday gift. I spoiled her too much as a baby, so now she thinks she can boss me around. But yeah, so after this podcast I will be going to the zoo to be her photographer, content creator, because she wants videos too and stuff like that. So preteens, y'all. Don't get them. Don't spoil. But yeah. And speaking of birthdays, yesterday was my boy Jafar's 10th birthday. I bought him from Memphis Repticon 10 years ago, Halloween, and he was literally just $10 in a deli cup on a table, and it's now we're here. Now we're here. Snake Cinema Podcast, Creative Reptiles. He's the mascot to everything. Like it, it, it all started with him. He was the first. He is my Mickey Mouse, basically. Walt Disney always said it all started with a mouse with his company. It all started with that snake with mine. So happy birthday slash gotcha day. 10 years, a whole decade, and here's to more decades, more life with Jafar. So super excited. I will, speaking of amazing snakes and mascots, and um I will ask that you guys keep me in your prayers. This week has been an emotional roller coaster. I've been I don't want to go into details, but I have a snake that I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Jimmy, my boa, he's showing signs of the end. Um, and I'm trying to get him to a vet. Um, I'm be honest with y'all. I literally only have $3 to my name, so I can't get him to a vet till Thursday. But even by the signs of everything and him being showing, physical, it's not IDB. It's not IDB. I don't want y'all to freak out. It's not that, but he is old. He's like 16, 17 years old. And he's been through multiple owners before me, so who knows, but he's just showing signs that this might be the end. We'll see, but just keep me in your prayers, guys. I've been so fucking depressed all week, and I've been going through it. But I leave it in God's hands. I leave it in the universe. I will get him to a vet as soon as my check drops Thursday. I have an appointment set up, so right after work. So hopefully he hangs in there. But if not, it is what it is. It's the circle of life. But as I celebrate the life of one snake, I might be mourning another. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to keep in good spirits, but yeah, just keep us in your prayers because Jimmy is also one of those staples in Creative Reptiles. But not only that, but me and him have grown. Even though I've got him at an older age, I got him when he was 11, and you know, he's like I said, he's been through so much. My mentors had to rescue him because he was emaciated, near death, um, and they saved him and brought him back to life. And it was his journey is a big journey, and to be as famous as he is now, at least in Memphis, the fact that go out in public, I go to the grocery store and someone stopped me and said, "Hey, how's Jimmy doing?" And it's like, dang, you remember him? Because they saw him at some event that we were at, and he's just very, very popular here. And to see his journey and his life, it's just, I hate to lose him. And we bonded a lot. Like, Jimmy's one of those snakes that really showed that animals do bond with their owners. I I tell this story all the time. I would take him to the park, and we would hang out, get him some enrichment. But no matter what, if I walk away from him, he follows me. He chases me. He's like, "Yo, where are you going?" He does not, even at home, even if we're at home, I let him out, let him roam around, crawl on the couch, all that stuff, while I clean and do other things. And he, wherever I go, he's like a dog. If I leave and go to the bathroom, he is following me there. Like, that snake is amazing. So, we just got to deal. When you're dealing with life and other creatures, you also got to deal with death. That's just the name of the game. That's just the way of life. But yeah, thank y'all. So just keep us in our prayers, and hopefully the vet will give me good news. But if he gives me bad news, it is what it is. But anywho, yeah, and there was a few movie news of the week, but I totally forgot. Um, I know that the new Scream movie trailer dropped either yesterday or day before yesterday. That looks promising. I'm super excited about that. And then there was another movie trailer that dropped that I was like, oh shoot. It was like more of an independent film, not no remake or something, but I was like, oh shoot, that looks interesting. So um once I can remember that, I have to write it down and I'll bring it back to y'all next week. But well, not next week. That's also news, not next week, but the week after. And I will repeat this at the end of the show, but next week I'll be vending at Memphis Monster Con, the horror movie convention that's happening here in Memphis. Me and the Snakes are doing a photo booth for people to come and take pictures of snakes. Unfortunately, Jimmy won't be there this year, but I will be taking Juju the retic. I will be taking Jasmine the ball python. Maybe Jafar if he's not in shed, because I gave him a big rat for his birthday yesterday. And so as long as he's not in shed, he'll be there. And I'll probably take like a pied or a bell or something, something fancy that let the kids will love, that passed the grandma test at Expo. So I'm super excited about that. So there will be no show next week. There will be no show next week, because I just really need to focus on vending. But I will be coming back with a recap, and there will be vlogs. So stay tuned for that. Um, and lastly, the biggest news of the week, the biggest news is that not only is the Shenanigans podcast sponsored, but this entire YouTube channel is officially sponsored by ENT Reptiles, Orlando and Terrell. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all for supporting your boy. Y'all are family for life, and I really do appreciate the friendship, the brotherhood, the love. So thank y'all. They are the official sponsors of Creative Reptiles, the official sponsors of Snake Cinema Podcast, the official sponsors of the Shenanigans Podcast every Thursday at 6:30. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Speaking of which, let's now talk to everybody in the chats. First up, let's do Coco Wiz. Thanks for tapping in. Come on, Evie Muck, show it. There we go. Thank you for tapping in. Oh, yes, it's the OG or nothing. Yep, yep. James P, the silent assassin. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate you. Of course, the sponsors, ENT Reptiles. Good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Jamie, thank you for tapping in this morning. I appreciate you. Vinny, Bone Daddy Serpents, thank you for tapping in. Appreciate you. Up, Mr. The new father in the community. AA Ron number two, thanks for tapping in and congratulations on the new baby, your son. I believe is Ezekiel, if I'm correct. Um, beautiful, beautiful baby. And yes, he is a little early, but that baby wanted to be a Halloween baby. He said, "Fuck Christmas, I'm a Halloween baby." But things are looking promising, and I know he's gonna recover very soon. Prayers for you, prayers for the missus, prayers for the baby, and hopefully he's not in NICU too long, and y'all can bring him home and spoil the shit out of him. So, uh, so love you, appreciate you, AA Ron number two, and congratulations, my boy, you are a daddy. Congrats, congrats. Let's see. Uh yeah, thank you, TJ, other half ENT. Thank you for tapping in. Good morning, brother. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes of my bad niece. Her little spoil ass. Let's see who else to make sure I don't forget anybody. Oh, Evie Mux, calm down. Elon Mux, that's what we call him. Elon Mux, calm down. Ba 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 ba. Yes, yes. Oh, thank y'all for the prayers. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I really I have faith and I believe that Jimmy's gonna pull through. But at the same time, he is an old man. And so, you know, and he's been through a lot. Who knows the damage that was already done with his first owners before my mentors rescued him. So it is what it is. I'm just mentally and emotionally prepared for either outcome. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thanks for tapping in. Good morning. Thank you for the love of my vlogs. Yes, more vlogs coming through. Let's see. Da 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 da. Yes, yes, yes. Please send all love and well wishes to A Ron number two and the new baby, the higher ups. Let's pray that they heal him, get his lungs working right, and he can get up out that NICU and be spoiled. And it's okay. Preemie, I know plenty of preemie babies who are born little, but they beef up real big. That baby gonna be chunky in about 2 months. He get some good food in him, some good milk in him. He gonna be Ron gonna be like, man, this boy heavy. All right. Yes, yes, congratulations. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and get started. I won't be before y'all long because again, I have to go to my niece's birthday party. Yes, I got it right. Yes, Ezekiel Michael Hopper. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Let's see. Congratulations and welcome to the world, little Ezekiel. You got a lot of uncles and aunties in the reptile hobby that's gonna spoil the shit out of you. And we're gonna get you converted to snakes real quick. All right, so first off, let's talk originals versus remakes. The first movie battle we're gonna go with is Friday the 13th. Let me, now that I know that StreamYard is working on YouTube, let me exit out of that and go to my notes. Y'all know I always use this little iPad for my notes. Okay, Friday the 13th came out in 1980. And the overview, Crystal Lake's history of murder doesn't deter counselors from setting up a summer camp in the woodsy area. Superstitious locals warn against it, but fresh-faced young people, Jack, Alice, Bill, Marcy, and Ned, pay little heed to the old timers. Then they find themselves stalked by a brutal killer. As they are slashed, shot, and stabbed, the counselors struggle to stay alive against merciless opponent. And this was directed by Sean Cunningham. Uh, And of course, it spawned a million sequels. um, oh, it came out the month of my birthday. Yay, May 9th, 1980. Of course, I wasn't even thought of back then, but I did watch it growing up. And of course, it started Betsy Palmer, Kevin Bacon, Adrian King, Robbie Morgan, Janie Taylor, and a slew of other legendary horror and non horror actors. Um, and Friday the 13th was definitely ahead of its time. It wasn't the first to do what it's doing, but it did set a lot of slasher tropes. Um, and villains that would be repeated and copied for many, many years. But I will say, I do love that out of all the horror slashers of the 90s and back in the day, one of the biggest strengths of this is the twist ending, the twist villain, because we all know, well, at least me growing up, I knew that the Friday the 13th series had Jason Voorhees. Even before I watched the original, I knew about Jason Voorhees because he became a horror icon. So when I finally watched it for the first time as a teenager, I was shocked, and I don't mind spoiling this shit because it's old. Y'all should have been watched it. The reason why I don't mind spoiling this one is because it's old and yada yada yada. But anyways, the big twist that shocked me when I finally watched the original film was that Jason Voorhees was not the killer. It was his mom seeking revenge. And so I was like, what? When I watched it for the first time as a teenager, I was like, what the fuck? Like, where's Jason? Like, where's the mass killer? We didn't get him until much later in the sequels, but that first watching it for the first time and that original ending, twist ending was Chef's Kiss. And um Betsy Palmer, who played his mother, a legendary movie actor, she did the damn thing. Nikki, thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. If y'all missed their Halloween special of Show Me Your Rack, her and Lace, they interviewed Tommy from Inky Clouds. Go tap in to their replay. And I think they're going to have another episode this Sunday of Show Me Your Rack. So tap in and support the Fama Lamb. Good morning, number six, my favorite, and the other half of Lindworm Exotics. Good morning. Oh, okay. Okay. I appreciate you, Randall. Road 50, Mr. Floppy. Thanks for tapping in. Thika. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. So like I said, for me, the highlight of the original was that twist ending. Not knowing anything about Pamela Voorhees and then seeing for the first time that she was the killer, amazing. The actors were great as usual. Of course, you saw Kevin Bacon before he became the Kevin Bacon. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like on Nightmare on Elm Street, we saw Johnny Depp before he became the Johnny Depp. So it's great seeing these legendary actors in the beginning of their careers in horror, starring in horror films, and it was good to see, even though, and his death was pretty good. And I will say these deaths, even for 1980, were pretty good, pretty gnarly. Now rewatching it, it's like, not that big of a deal. But I do love that they use practical effects. So um they use practical effects and makeup and all the jazz, so the deaths look so real when Kevin Bacon being impaled in the neck while laying in the bed and stuff like that. It's just and other kills, it just looks great. It looks great. There's no CGI that could top that because of what makeup and prosthetics and all that other stuff, fake, fake body parts, stunt doubles. It's just super super dope. So that what makes the original a lot better. And uh what was the other? and Pamela Voorhees as the killer. She ramped it up in the final act. Her being this deranged, grieving mother who's seeking revenge, like it's very very believable. Betsy Palmer playing Pamela Voorhees was very believable. If I saw her in, well, she's probably passed on now. I think, I don't know. If she is, and I'm sorry for prematurely killing you off, but if I were to see her in public, she'd be one of those women that I'd be very very afraid of. Just she just had that creepy factor, and she played very that character very very well. Even the final girl, as a final girl who had to go against Pamela Voorhees, was very very good. And even with the jump scare or the fake scare or whatever in the end, when kid Jason pops out the river and grabs her, she just plays that role very very well. Not too annoying, not, she was one of those OG scream queens. And so yeah, the characters were good. Practical effects were amazing, and it's a timeless classic for me. And it's one of those, I would say it's one of those introductory gateway horrors that I would show people who are afraid of horror films, or don't really like horror, or never seen a horror film. I feel like at this point that would be something that I would introduce them to horror movies. Like, yo, watch this. It's not that bad. you know, it's very entertaining. Let's see. Randall said, let's see. First to the to be with mom since dad passed. Once the house sells, I'll be wherever I get. Oh, okay, okay. And sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss, brother. But I get it. Yeah. 29 hours. Yeah, 29 hours is a long drive. Oh my gosh. Jeez. I be getting nervous when I go more than 6 hours driving. I be like, I can't do the roads that long. At that point, I'm looking for a plane trip. I know y'all got things y'all have to move, so I get it. I get it. But best of luck, safe travels. Mm, okay, okay, dope, dope. Well, safe travels, Randall. And again, sorry for your loss. Hope everything works well, and prayers to the family, familam. Oh, yeah, totally understand. Let's see. Pressure P, thanks for tapping in. Come on. Justin and Alex, good morning. How are y'all? Let's see. Tommy, Ewok. Let's see. Thank y'all for tapping in. Now, what's my ranking for the original of Friday the 13th? I give the original. It's not a 10 out of 10. It has its flaws. It's very dated. But I will respect it for the legendary that it is. It is something that I rewatch multiple times every year. I do marathons of all this. All the legends, the Freddys, the Michaels, the Jasons. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's very, very entertaining. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Very, very good. Very solid horror classic. Let's see. Yes, yes. Snake Man Pat, thanks for tapping in. Project Pat, I appreciate you. If y'all not following Pat on his YouTube channel, please do. He go live just about damn near every day, and he do have memberships, so he do members only lives, um, where he talk more. It's not that he don't talk real; he talk real every live, but he get into some deeper topics. And very, very, very well discussions on the members onlys. So tap in to Snake Man Pat. Great content, and his shorts, um, videos be comedy gold. So good, so good. Come on. All right. Now let's get to the remake of Friday the 13th. Now, Friday the 13th. Let's see. Hold on. TJ said I was 4 years old when I saw it for the first time, and I went to bed the night. Yeah, yeah, at 4, yeah, I bet it did. uh, yeah, it that's one of those ones. If you watched it for the first time as a kid, it really did mess you up. Now let's discuss the remake. The remake came out in 2009, so I was actually living in Florida at the time, working at Disney at their college program internship. Um, in 2009. Well, this came out February, so I wasn't there yet. I didn't move there till a little bit later in the year, but I remember vividly going to the theaters to watch this movie. And I will say, and this movie came out right after Freddy versus Jason, and that was a classic. Loved it. But this right after that, because the sad thing about Friday the 13th is that it is still to this day going through a lot of legal battles with movie studios and rights and who owns what IP and stuff like that. So that's why we haven't really seen much of Jason in a minute, except for like um, video games and fan fan films. A lot of people make short films that are on YouTube right now. Like my favorite one is Never Hike Alone. That is top tier for someone who made a fan film based off Friday the 13th. That looks like we are the fans want that to be a full-fledged movie in the theaters. Like they did a great job making that, but while it's going through legal battles, all we have is the old movies, the classics, Freddy versus Jason, and this remake that came out in '09. So it says the overview against the advice of locals and police, Clay um scores in Erie Woods surrounding Camp Crystal Lake for his scours the Erie Woods surrounding Camp Crystal Lake for his missing sister. But the rotting cabins of the abandoned summer camp are not the only thing he finds. A Hosky masked killer, Jason Voorhees, lies in wait for a chance to use his razor sharp machete on Clay and a group of college students who have come to the forest for a party. So I will say this: out of all the horror remakes that have came out based off of classics, I will say Friday the 13th is one of the best ones. One thing I love about this is that even during the time in '09 when people are heavy into CGI, they tried their best not to use that much CGI. They still used a lot of practical effects. Um, a lot of stunt doubles. Like one popular kill from this movie that I love is the girl tied getting wrapped up in her sleeping bag and set on fire. They had a legit stunt double hanging upside down in a sleeping bag near a fire. Like they didn't use a bunch of CGI during that part. And and the girl, when she fell out of the sleeping bag, she had to fall like flat and not break her fall. So I know that had to be hard and painful. Pause. But I love that they continue to use a lot of practical effects and not heavy CGI. But even when they did use CGI for certain scenes and certain kills, it still looked amazing. I also like this one because the kills are so brutal. This around this time was the time where we started getting movies like Saw and Hostel and things like that. So every movie theater was like more guts, more gore, brutal kills, and these kills were brutal. Like Jason did a lot of crazy shit, like stabbing people in the top of their heads. Um, he used bow and arrows, and I do like this remake because they didn't just do a shot for shot remake of the original. They actually took bits and pieces and elements from all first four Friday the 13th films. So they tapped into the Pamela Voorhees aspect. They tapped into the second movie when Jason, before he got his famous mask, hockey mask, he had a just a hat sack, a brown sack from like a farm or whatever in the beginning before he. So they tapped into different bits and pieces. They took the best of all first four Friday the 13th movies and meshed them together into one, and it still ended up making it his own. You can watch the original and watch this, and each movie has their own personality, their own individual flair to them, to where you won't say this is pointless, this is stupid, this is this shouldn't have been made. I'm actually happy that this remake was made. And again, it did get more brutal, more blood, more gore, but I'm happy that even despite all that, they still use practical effects. They did not rely heavy on the CGI. So and then yes, the characters are the weakest points. You really don't give a damn about none of the characters, even the final survivors. You really don't care. You just love the Carnage Candy. You just love um, waiting to see who died, how, when, where, and you like to see. But I will say, I think it's Tyler Made. I met him at Memphis Monster Con last year. He is such a dope guy, but he plays no, not Tyler Made, not Tyler Made. That's the other movie. Derek Mears. Derek Mears played the uh this version of Jason, and when I tell you, he did an amazing job as creepy Jason Voorhees. Like his body, even with him wearing a mask, his body language, the way he portrayed this brutal version of Jason. Like this Jason was running, this Jason was, he was using everything. He was using machetes, he was using regular knives, he was using bow and arrows, he used whatever tools he could find. He was using tree branches, he was using, like I said, he hung a girl, he tied a girl in her sleeping bag and hung it over the campfire until she burned to death. Like he used bear traps. One guy got killed. You know, when people are running in the woods, he didn't trip like a normal horror movie character would just trip over their feet. No, he got caught in a bear trap that Jason had set up. Like this was like man in the woods survivalist type Jason, and I love how they portrayed him in this one. And basically this version of Jason is just a man who wants to be left alone. Like leave him alone. Like he's in the woods with a shrine of his dead mom's head and surviving in Camp Crystal Lake. He just wanted to be left alone. He's like an old man that don't want to be bothered, but people keep coming into his property, so he gon' fuck you up. But um I will say out of all the remakes, this remake is one of the better ones. I highly enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. And I appreciate it. So if the original got an 8.5 out of 10 for me, I would say this one, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say this about the same, 8.5 out of 10. It's not perfect. It doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10, but I feel like it's a great successor to the original. It does its own thing, but at the same time, it respects. That's one thing I love about a good remake. A good remake will respect the original and not try to diminish the legacy of the original, but still make it its own. I think that's what makes a great remake, when you honor and respect the original, but not be a complete copycat, and not try to make the original seem, not ruin its legacy basically. So I think they're both par for par. I think this might be the first originals and remake that I would say are equal playing field for me, in my opinion. And like I said, I love them both for different reasons. Um, but they're still very rewatchable. I can rewatch this all the time, every year, along with the original. It's just a good horror movie fun, good popcorn fun. And if you love Jason Voorhees, you will love this version of Jason Voorhees. I actually like this version of Jason Voorhees more than I like, you know, the sequels. Because, well, again, we didn't get Jason as we know it until the second film and the third and the fourth, and Jason versus Freddy and all that other Jason in space and Jason X and all this. So I feel like out of all the Jason Voorhees out there, all the different iterations and versions, I actually like this one a whole lot better than all the others. And no shots or no disrespect to the OGs that came before him, but I do like this version more. Um, and so yeah, so the original versus remake, they're on equal playing field, par for par, 8.5 out of 10 for me. For me. I don't want y'all to act like I'm saying this is everybody's opinion because some people love the remake, some people hate it. But for me, I had a good time. So yeah, Friday the 13th, y'all did a great job. Everybody, all the filmmakers, the cast and crew, everybody involved, um, for the original and the remake. The remake was definitely well warranted. Mitzi, thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Good morning. Let's see. Fred and AJ. I believe this is AJ. Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Good morning. FNA, tap in tomorrow. FNA balls, tap into their show. Serpent SRP Entertainment. Great show, fun games, all that jazz. Definitely check them out. I love when they do the this or that. They show off snakes and we get to vote and pick which snake we like the most, and they don't tell us the genes and stuff till later, to at the end, after the voting and stuff. So I love all that, and of course the games, the races. Everybody gets competitive during the races. Robinson, thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Let's see. Ba ba ba. Banna niece. Thanks for tapping in. That's my oldest niece, y'all. Not the one who birthday party I gotta do today. Thanks for tapping in, Banna. All right. So yeah. So in conclusion, Friday the 13th, great original, equally great remake. Now let's move on to the next originals versus remakes. Now this one might be a little controversial. I don't know. We'll find out. But let's do the Halloween franchise, original versus remake. Now y'all know Halloween is another legend in the horror movie uh, culture, community, fandom. Of course, it gave us our wonderful original Scream Queen and the OG Nepo baby, but very warranted because she is talented as fuck, Jamie Lee Curtis. Um, and that kicked off her wonderful career. And of course, Halloween movies. The whole franchise has multiple Michael Myers actors, just like Friday the 13th. But they're all legends in their own right. So we're going to talk about the original, the 1978, definitely way before I was born. And we're going to talk about the Rob Zombie that came out in 2007. Now, let's do the 1978 first, the OG original. The overview says on a cold Halloween night in 1963, 6-year-old Michael Myers brutally murdered his 17-year-old sister Judith. He was sentenced and locked up for 15 years, but on October 30th, 1978, while being transferred for a court date, the 21-year-old Michael Myers steals a car, escapes Smith's Grove, and he returns to his quiet hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, where he looks for his next victims. And of course, this was directed by the legendary John Carpenter, another OG in the horror movie um, community, and of course, uh, another OG in slasher films. Of course, we have multitude of sequels. We also have like the legendary a theme song soundtrack. um, and it's just and multiple remakes and spin-offs and prequels and sequels and all that jazz. uh, let's see. So I will say again, this was way before I was born. This was the 70s, but I did see this at a very young age when I wasn't supposed to, because young kids, we sneak off and watch stuff we ain't supposed to watch. And this is again one of those movies that scared me to death. This movie made me afraid of closets. Because Michael Myers, especially the scene with him chasing Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, around the house, the big house, and she hiding in the closet, and like that made me like every door in the house had to be open after me watching that movie, especially the closet. Like, nah, you ain't nobody finna hide in the closet and scare me, jump scare me. Like, nah, it ain't happening. But um, this movie is just ahead of its time. It also started a lot of legendary movie tropes. Um, and I love that this killer, just like Jason Voorhees, neither one of them talked. Like, these are kill. That's what makes them even more creepy. None of them talked. Um, and just that creepiness. You have this mass figure who says nothing but ends up doing a lot of damage. And I also like that even with all the sequels and remakes and reboots, the whole town of Haddonfield is his own character. Like, Haddonfield, Illinois is just his own character as itself in itself. But the characters here are very, very likable. Not just Jamie Lee Curtis's character, but even the supporting characters, the supporting cast. Loomis, Dr. Loomis, OG, by Donald Pleasance, I believe that's his name. Um, legend. Yep, Donald Pleasance. It's a lot of legendary actors, actresses, and you cared for all these characters, including the friends, and who end up getting killed and stuff. You feel bad. You like, dang, I didn't want you to go, but uh, yeah. So the characters were strong. The kills very simple. To be honest, Halloween, the original, we're talking about the original, not the remake. I'll get to the remake in a second, but the original, the kills weren't really scary. It was Michael himself and the circumstances, and like I said, the closet scene, and when he's peering through the bushes, or when he's driving around Haddonfield, and the music, the score also helped played into the fear. Like, when you think about it, you don't get really blood. Like, of course, you get stabs and stuff, but it's like it's not a gore fest. So the kills are like the weakest part, but still the scares and the horror, and Michael as himself, as an entity, made up for all that. You still got scared. You still feared watching it, especially when we watched it as kids and teenagers and stuff. But John Carpenter, his filmmaking, his storytelling, how he made certain scenes suspenseful, were very, very well shot, well put, and well made, to where you didn't need a whole bunch of guts and blood everywhere to be scared. He was very good in making it suspenseful. Of course, the therapist, Loomis, who is helping the detective of Haddonfield stop Michael. You enjoyed following along that character, trying to see if he's gonna make it in time to save Laurie or not, and even the twist ending where Loomis shot Michael so many times, and for him to still disappear at the end, like, yeah, that would drive me crazy too if I was his therapist. Like, I shot him 6 times. That's what he kept saying. I shot him 6 times. Like, how could this be? And that's when you knew that Michael Myers was like beyond human. Something was up supernatural. Like, how you get popped that many times? It's still what are you, 50 Cent? And still walk free like that happened. But it's a classic. It's a classic, and it's one of my favorites. I love it to death. I would give this a 9 point. No, just a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Great entertainment. Something I watch every year. Every year for Halloween, I enjoy it. I've yet to get tired of it. I've been watching it since I was a kid. Like it is one of the best. And John Carpenter and the team did an amazing job making it. Bosa brother, thanks for tapping in. Yes, you are late, sir. You had to get your Jack Daniels and coffee. But thanks for tapping in. I appreciate you. Um, Orlando a fool. Guess who never snuck and watched scary movies during their youth? I cannot relate. I cannot relate. I wanted to do whatever my big cousins did, and so I scared myself a lot trying to watch movies with them when I wasn't supposed to. My guess would be the big chicken in their throat. TJ, y'all are a fool. Oh, let's see. I just saw Bear for one of his burners tapping in. Good morning, Bear. Yes, make sure y'all hit the like. My other co-hosts of the Shenanigans podcast. Appreciate you. Oh my gosh, Bear, are you you are a fool? I almost caught his dread on fire. Oh Lord, please don't do that. If you show up next week bald headed because you caught your hair on fire, we in trouble. Uh, oh man. Okay, okay. Hey, y'all fool. Exactly. I got 8 burner accounts. Yeah, because you keep getting banned on Facebook. You keep getting, I would too. Shit. You keep getting in trouble with Meta. Meta know you more than they know anybody else because they keep banning you. So of course you gotta have all your 8 burners. Let's see. Okay, so now let's get to the remake. Now this is the most controversial part because people either absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. There is no in between, and that is the Halloween Rob Zombie remake. And it came out in '07. Ooh, I was a senior in high school, and I did watch this in theaters. Yeah, '07. I was a senior in high school. And so this is Rob Zombie Halloween, and the overview says nearly 2 decades after being committed into a mental institution, the killing of his stepfather and older sister, Michael Myers breaks out, intent on returning to the town of Haddonfield. He arrives to his hometown on Halloween with the purpose of hunting down his younger sister Lori. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, it wasn't mentioning in the original, but in the sequels, in multiple sequels, they decided to make Laurie, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, be his little sister. It was one of those plots that kind of stuck with the lore. So Rob Zombie decided to put all that into this remake. The only thing standing between Michael and Halloween Night's bloody carnage is his psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel Loomis. And of course, like I said, it was directed by Rob Zombie. Came out in '07, and this was starring Tyler Maine as Michael Myers, and I did meet him last year. He was such a dope, amazing dude, such a sweetheart. He is very, very tall. Like I think taller than KG. If y'all have ever met KG from Braun Projects, he is a tall man, towering. So to be in a movie where the killer is as big as Taylor Maine, I would have been scared as fuck. If I was the actors in this movie, especially the young teenagers. I would be scared as fuck getting chased by this particular Michael Myers. But super dope dude. Glad I met him at Memphis Monster Con last year. Um, and let's see, but yeah, and also Malcolm McDowell as this version of Loomis. Even though it's totally different than the OG, I do like his version of him. He's a lot more crazier. a lot more menacing, a lot more serious. But I think it takes a crazy psychiatrist to deal with a crazy psychopath like Michael Myers. So I do like that. I'm trying to start with the positives first. Um, like I said, because this remake is very controversial. I do love this version of Michael Myers, the adult version. Now we will talk about the kid version in a second, but the adult version, I do like him. He's way more brutal. I do like this Dr. Loomis, way more brutal. Um, and I do love the Carnage Candy. When I tell y'all, this is a bloody, gory mess of a film that kills. I think he killed more people in this one than he did the original movie. But the deaths, the kills, brutal, crazy. Like in the beginning, like even as a child, Michael Myers killed so many people. Um, and it was the best part of the film. I remember vividly going to theaters watching this and loving the kills, loving the gore, loving everything. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. This is some crazy shit. Now, let's get to the negatives because it is Rob Zombie. And if you know Rob Zombie, he is very hit or miss for me. He's not one of those directors that I absolutely hate because he has made stuff that I do love. He has written some and directed some stuff that I do absolutely love. It's just that good, he's he's good, but when he's bad, it hurts. And so um, some of his tropes are very, very on display with this. Like, I love you, Rob Zombie, and we know you have a very hot wife, but she cannot act to save her life. So why do you keep putting her in every film? Like, I'm sorry. No disrespect to Sherry Moon Zombie, but her playing Michael Myers' mother was unwanted, unwarranted, not needed. It's just like we get it. You love your wife and you want her to be in. She's your muse. She is your muse. Just like when whenever uh who's homeboy who directed Wednesday show dang, and that's my boy. I love him. I love him. Um, damn it. Somebody help me out. Tim Burton, Tim Burton. There we go. Tim Burton. Just like when Tim Burton has Johnny Depp in everything and Helen the Bomb Carter in everything because they are his muses as far as creative. Rob Zombie is the same thing with his wife, but the difference between Tim Burton and Rob Zombie is that Tim Burton's muses are actually talented. They're actually good actors and actresses. They actually can act, and so that's one thing that sets those two apart. Like, if you're gonna cast someone in all of your films, please make sure they got the talent. If not, you're just wasting talent. You're just wasting money and wasting characters. So that's one of the biggest. Luckily, she's not in the film long, but she is in most of the first half because she is the mother of Michael Myers. So it's like, come on, y'all, please stop and like we don't need a scene of Michael Myers as a kid crying because he just hates his life, meshed with his mother stripping at a strip club. I just don't get it. Also, another negative of Rob Zombie and his films is that Rob Zombie he started off his career directing music videos and it shows. His films, all of his films, even the good ones, he shoots like he's doing a music video and not a feature film. So certain edits and stuff, like he prioritized the music more than anything. And when you're doing a full length feature, a full length movie, you got to prioritize story than the music. But so that's another knock on his version for me. And then Kid Michael Myers. I do appreciate and like that Rob Zombie tries to give him an origin story, like give us a reason why Michael Myers is the way he is, because in the original they don't. He's just a psychopath from the jump. Um, but at least in this one, he is a psychopath from the jump, but he has more of a reason to be a psychopath from the jump because he was raised by he was raised by a psychopath. His stepfather is crazy. His mama, it is what it is. It's crazy. Like the whole family was doomed to begin with from the start. Like trailer park trash, going through it, dysfunctional parents always fighting and cussing each other out and accusing each other of cheating and all this other stuff. It was just, and then you see young Michael Myers in the very beginning, um, starting off murdering animals before he gets to humans. And yeah, I do appreciate the origin story. I just wish he had better actors to play the first part of this film, to play young Michael, to play, his parents, and the dialogue is very, very weak and very crazy. The way the parents was arguing and talking to each other, it was just like, ugh. It took a minute for me to get into the first third of the film. Now, once we get adult Michael in the hospital and Dr. Loomis and the whole shebang, that's when I was enjoying it. That's when I like it. All the carnage candy and that's when I was enjoying it the most. And so I will say I had to get through the first half to appreciate the rest of the film. And then when we get to the sequels, minus Ghost Mom, because he had to bring his wife back, I did enjoy the sequel more than the first one because we still had adult Michael Myers. We can have it basically. Um, but even with my gripes, even with my negatives, it's not all that bad. I actually do enjoy, that's why I said this might be a controversial one because most people either really, really love Rob Zombie's Halloween or they really, really hate it. There's no in between, and I think I am in the in between. I can acknowledge the flaws. I can acknowledge the Rob Zombie tropes that are like, ugh, wish you wouldn't do that for this. But at the same time, when it's good, it's good. Like the kills, love it. The deaths, love it. Dr. Loomis being just as crazy as Michael, trying to hunt him down, love it. Even the young girl, the young teenage actress playing Laurie Strode, she was amazing for a final girl. Yes, she's different. She's totally 100% different from Jamie Lee Curtis's version, but being different doesn't mean bad. Like she really, really made this her own, and I really looked forward to her character in both this one and the sequel. So, and I love that she was like, even though she was scared and screaming and running from him, at the same time, when she was ready to fight back and to like win, she tried her best, and she really, really fought back. Like she wasn't just helpless little final girl. You know what I'm saying? So I really do enjoy that. And again, they hinted at, well, they didn't even hint or bring up that Lori was his sister until much later in the sequels. But I like that Rom Zombie incorporated the original and the sequel storyline, plot line together and made it his own. And his style, like I said, he do shoot more as making a music video than a movie as far as story goes, but as far as cinematography goes, Ram Zombie did a great job. I love the grittiness, the dirtiness, the camera, whatever filter or camera color grading they did for this film, for this movie. I do love that. I like the aesthetics of uh, his version. So it's not all that bad. as people make it out to be, but it's not all that great as people make it out to be as the fans. So if I give the original Halloween a 9 out of 10, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It has its flaws, but it's not the worst. It's not horrible. It's not whatever people who hate the Halloween remake. It's not as bad as people say it is. I just think they're overblowing it and overreacting just a tad bit. Uh, but yeah, let's see. Sorry, trying to keep up with y'all in the chats. Bear said, I just be minding my business. Meta prison. Bear stay in meta prison. And the way you know if Bear is in meta prison, depending on if you follow him on Facebook, which page he posts on. When you start seeing his business page posted, that means his personal page he got in trouble. uh, Look at him. I just got a warning from Meta this morning. See, you just gotta stop. You just gotta stop. They put you in Facebook jail more than they ban everybody else. They'll ban people in the quickness. They give you so many chances. You be on probation so much. We have said I agree. Rob Zombie is either great or pursuit of trash. Oh, happy wife, happy life. uh, let's see. But, yeah. I hate to agree with that, but acting just isn't her strong suit. Yeah, it's not. It's not. She's a beautiful lady, but like if she starred in his music videos, great, that's fine, cause people don't really act in music videos like that. But in full fledged films where you actually have a script and you actually have to play alongside people for a long period of time, it's just not that good. Even with the good movies that I like the Devil's Rejects. I love the Devil's Rejects. But even then, she's the weaker part. Like it's the other cast that I love more. And if it was just strictly her and not the other cast, not the other actors in it, I would hate it. Like, yes, yes, she's okay in very, very tiny dose. Yes, I agree. I agree. See, y'all, see, we are all on one accord here. We'll say it like 2 or 3 seconds at a time. No speaking lies. I'm through with y'all. Y'all are fool. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Father Don, the naked gardener, you already know. Good morning. I saw Candy Cane earlier. Where's her comment? Damn it, let me roll back. Y'all be y'all be killing it in the comments. I appreciate y'all this morning. Been popping off. Where baby mama Candy Cane? She up in here. And Candy tried to kill me, y'all. If y'all miss this week's episode of Shenanigans Podcast, she tried to murder me. I was choking to death. But I know I saw her crazy ass comment. Y'all look, there she go. There go my wife with her crazy ass. Talking about I'm late. You're good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. Y'all are stupid. Y'all going crazy on Sherry Moon Zombie. Oh, but I appreciate y'all. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that though. Jamie said something like that. Work and Rom Zombie have to play the original Halloween people in order to make that movie. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. TJ said I had certain expectations of this movie based off the original that spoiled it for me. But when I rewatched it with new lenses, it actually wasn't so bad. Right, right. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. If stuff gets spoiled for you before you even have a chance to watch it. And sometimes, and that happens to me too a lot. Sometimes you have to watch a movie multiple times or let time pass and watch it again to appreciate it. And there have been opposites for me. There have been movies that I absolutely loved when I watched it in theaters at the time, and then watching it back years later, I'm like, what the hell was wrong with me? Like, I must have been a teenager. I must have been 20 something because what the hell? Like, the bar was low. The bar was low. I've had that happen to me too, where I would absolutely love a movie and then end up hating it years later. I'm not lying on you, Candy. It's evidence on the TV. On if people go back and watch the podcast, it's evidence that you was doing back to back to back comebacks, and I was choking and crying and dying. Oh man, let's see. Dying on a live stream is typical of a Halloween movie. Orlando, you a fool. Oh, yes, yes. He said it wasn't me. Okay, you can keep denying the, Candy. We got plenty of people who watched that episode. TJ said, I got receipts. Shall I replay the footage? Oh, the chips. Yeah, I was eating chips and dying. I can't eat chips in front of Candy. I've learned that this past episode because Candy was having me about having somebody about to do the Heimlich maneuver on me. Y'all not about to do me like this on a beautiful Saturday. Okay, not too much on Candy. Okay, okay. But just know when I put next episode, when I put this new we'll be right back video clip up, our commercial break clip. Oh, oh my gosh. But that was one of the best episodes this Thursday. That was one of the best episodes. That was hilarious. See, even Missy laughed. Missy was a witness. She was there. Is that what you want to call it? Candy said, I'm a motherfucking angel. That's what you want to call it? Yeah, the angel of death. You be trying to kill me. Me and Maki. Maki finally did the upside down twist. Oh, mm. So that's it, y'all. That is the finale of my Halloween original versus remake special. I appreciate y'all. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. And Wiz Kaka has requested that every once in a while I should do this again. So I should. And oh, I can do a whole month of Disney original versus remakes. But there are other original versus remake stuff that's not horror and not Disney. So I might yeah, I might make this every couple of months type of deal. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta be inspired because if it's don't ask me to do no original versus remake of something that on Tyler Perry level or or who else a director that I just can't stand anymore. Yeah, something like that. I can't. If there, but we will see. We will see. Again, for those who are late to this podcast, please go back and watch the beginning. Replay gang. For those who watching the replay gang, what's up? What's up? Hashtag replay gang. Let me know in the comments your favorite original or remake of any franchise. It doesn't have to be the ones I've discussed this month for Halloween. Um, and again, next Saturday, I will be vending, me and the Snakes will be vending our photo booth at Memphis Monster Con convention. So there will be no show. There will be no Snake Cinema podcast next Saturday, but I will be back. And when I come back the following week, we're going to do a couple of music reviews. We're going back to music for a little bit because we had a whole month off. And a lot of albums have dropped So and I've been listening and jamming to them. So be on the lookout for that. Tonight, Sophisticated Ignorance with Wiz and the crew. And um tomorrow, Father Dunn, Everyday Keepers, and will be live. I believe I'm going through the real time zone, 1 p.m. Central Time for me. And then of course, Fred and AJ with Serpent podcast. The Serpent Show will be after Father Don's show, but on their channel. So tap in, support everybody. We love everybody. And then, of course, Snakes in a podcast every Saturday, except for next week, but every Saturday. Um, at 9 a.m. Central Time, and the Shenanigans podcast every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central. So tap in to both of those shows. They're brought to you by ENT Reptiles. Thank you, ENT Reptiles, for sponsoring the channel and sponsoring the podcast, both podcasts. And we appreciate you. Also, let's see. Any more housekeeping before I dip out and let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Let's see. Mm. Let's finish y'all in the chat. Y'all are crazy. She sound like the people that curse in prayer. That is Candy. That is her. And dude. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, AJ. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all y'all. Can y'all stop going after Candy? Yeah, they ain't going ham. uh, y'all are crazy. Yes, yes. Have a great day, everybody. Um, Again, congratulations to AA Run number 2 for being a daddy now, a new father. Um, Congrats to everybody. Those who got clutches coming in, those who have been having clutches hatch out lately. Congrats to everybody. Yes, hope everybody has a blessed and wonderful Saturday. And again, keep Jimmy in your prayers. Pray for a speedy recovery. Um, it is what it is. We're gonna let God handle it. We're gonna try our best with the vets, but if not, we're gonna let God handle it. Prayers for Jimmy, my boa. Hope all is well, but at the end of the day, I surrender to whatever outcome happens because he has lived a good life, a good 16-year life. Uh, and we and I appreciate the time that I am having with him, and I'm gonna cherish every moment that I have with him until the end. If this is the end, hopefully we can get him good. But if this is the end, then cherish every time. But thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me through every endeavor. This has been a wonderful journey. The fact that I'm in episode 103 is a blessing in and of itself. Um, and thank y'all for supporting me even after I left the Whiskey Bomb Network. I appreciate y'all love and support and for tapping in live every morning and the replay gang for always tapping in. I appreciate y'all. And let's continue to do great things. Let's continue to chase our dreams, whether it's podcasting, whether it's breeding snakes, whether whether it's podcasting, whether it's breeding snakes. Nicole, thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you, sis. Big sis Nicole. Again, even if your only dream is to care and take care of your animals, you know, let's continue to do our best, put our best foot forward for these animals, put our best foot forward for our families. And, we are living in tumultuous times. I'm not going to go on a rant or anything like that, but I will say, it's like I told y'all in the beginning of the podcast with Jimmy being sick, and I have to wait a couple of days before I can even take him to the vet, and I barely have, $3 to my name. If I did not have my family, I don't know what I would do. I would probably have to give away my entire collection. And there has been parts of this year where I thought about it. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There are parts where I thought about just giving every snake away except for Jafar, and Jimmy and Oya, because it's just become too much financially for me. Taking this pay cut against my will because of the school system has really hurt me. Like, I don't talk about it much, but to go from getting a master's degree, then my job essentially, instead of giving me a raise, they essentially took over $1,000 away every month. Um, has hurt me tremendously, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's gotten to the point that yes, I have family that helps me, but they can only help so much because they're struggling too, and I literally had to call resources in yesterday to get food from the food bank. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that fucked up my ego. That fucked up my ego. That fucked up my emotions. Because I'm an educator with a master's degree, and yet I have to ask for help. And I have a snake that's dying on me. And so, yeah, let me stop before I cry on this live. I don't want to do that. But it's been tough. It's been tough. So keep me in your prayers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I thank y'all for everything. For always supporting me. I really do. I don't take y'all for granted. But anywho's, let me go. Let me pack up, get in this car, and go to my niece's birthday and celebrate her. She's 11 years old, 11-year-old diva. And let me go and be her photographer. And if I'm not too tired, if I'm not too tired, I will be on Wiz's channel, Sophisticated Ignorance. But yeah, I love y'all a lot and I appreciate y'all. Sorry for getting emotional at the end, but I'm good. I'm good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Uh, thank you, everybody. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna push through. You know, just no storm lasts always. This too shall pass, and um, it could be worse. Prayers to people who are going through it with the hurricane down in Jamaica and the other islands. They have it way worse than me, so I can't complain. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's going through it. I have students who left, who moved. One of my favorite students left because of ice and all this other bullshit. So they went into hiding, and it's just okay. I'm trying not to get political, but it's sad. I'm an empath and I'm very emotional, and shit like this really gets to me. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sorry y'all for getting so emotional. I didn't expect this, but it is what I've been holding this in all week, especially with Jimmy being sick. Um, but we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good Saturday. I'm gonna have fun at my niece's birthday, and then I'm gonna have even more fun chilling with y'all and being crazy. With we is in the crew on Sophisticated Ignorance tonight. We're gonna have a good time. But again, I will not be live next Saturday because I'll be at the horror convention with the snakes doing a photo shoot. So we'll be busy, but the weekend after that, I will be live. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about music. Gonna bring back some music reviews. Um, no, no, we don't need to do an auction. We don't need to do an auction. I love y'all, but I appreciate y'all. um, like I said, the storm don't last always. We gonna get through this. We gonna make it through this. Not just me, but even all of y'all, because everybody struggles. Everybody's going through things. AA Ron, Number two, and his girl, they're trying to recover for the premature birth of their baby Ezekiel. So I can't complain. They brought a brand new, beautiful bundle of life in this world, and yes, um, he's in the NICU, but he's gonna make it out. And but they have to worry too. They're brand new parents. They have to worry too about their son, and they have to go through a lot. And medical bills, doctor bills ain't no joke. So I can't complain. I can't complain. Um, anyways, prayers for everybody, prayers for Jamaica, prayers for the Congo, prayers for the world, prayers for the world. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Nicole, stop it. Oh, let me go. Y'all are crazy. One thing about the reptile community, my friends, my tribe, y'all will have me crying and laughing within a matter of seconds. And I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. So, anywho, y'all are the best. Y'all are amazing community. Y'all are my tribe. Y'all are my peoples. It is what it is. We will get through this. We just got to keep going. But I love y'all.
Six Cinema Podcast, stepping in. Your one-stop review, let it sink in.